Morning.
Don't tell him.
Morning.
Don't tell him. Did you tell him?
Cold, so my voice might not be
You
the
remember
best
that.
today, but I'll try to be very, very best. My name is Don Weobong, and as you can probably guess from my accent, I wasn't born in Kentucky. Can anybody take a wild guess where you think I was born? Oh, that's good. You guys are good. You. Africa. Big continent. Which part of Africa? You're right. But which part of Africa? Yeah. South Africa. I wish not. Close. In Arabia. Oh, that's good. Close. Nigeria. Nigeria. Close. Still close. Very close. Actually, Ghana. It's 2 countries. Yeah. There you go. Is that what was it nice to you? Well, tell me if you're not, okay? All right. So I was born in Ghana, right? And I came to Louisville about 13 years ago. And I liked it so much I stayed. Is that okay? Good. Because I've got a story to tell. And hopefully, in the course of this presentation, we'll learn a little bit about each other. And if you take anything away from this, hopefully it might help make some different decisions. Well, that'll be good. The lady over there is my wife, Marsha. Everybody say hi to Marsha.
Hi.
She's come to help us with this presentation. Now, my topic is about entrepreneurship. Does anybody know what that means? Did you? Yeah.
It's like you doing some kind of good or some kind of service, and you get paid for that.
Bingo, absolutely. Did I hear you've got a lawn mower business or lawn care business?
I'm just cutting right.
That's a business, that's all right. So he's got it. Basically what he said was, you've got a project, you've got something you're doing. Sometimes you do good, sometimes you can get paid for it. Well, that's pretty much what an entrepreneur is. You take responsibility for the project. Whether it fails or it succeeds is up to you, right? You are your own boss. You know how people say, well, I want to work for myself? Well, that's what it means. You are your own boss. So typically, that's what they define entrepreneurship as. Somebody who takes possession of an enterprise. They're responsible for its actions. They're responsible for the failure or success of that business. Well, we've got 3 types, and I'm glad you mentioned doing good, because that's one type of an entrepreneur. You've got 3 types. You've got 3 types, right? You've got the social, you've got the serial, and you've got the lifestyle. Now, you mentioned something about entrepreneurship that I think is very important. Doing good. Can you tell me anybody out there that you think is this type of an entrepreneur that does good? Yeah.
Kurt,
What's his name?
Kurt.
All right. What did he do?
He goes he does something like that, but he goes around and he trims the edges.
Of people's loans? Do they pay him? Good. Did you have your hand up?
I was going to say Donald Trump.
Donald Trump? Interesting. He is an entrepreneur, I'll give you that. And I might get in trouble. I don't know where anybody is here on the political scale.
You're on video.
Yeah, I know. Yes, you're absolutely right. He's an entrepreneur. He's a very effective entrepreneur. I probably think he might be somebody I consider either a lifestyle or serial. And I'll get to that. I'll talk about a social entrepreneur for a second, because I think this is probably the most misunderstood part of an entrepreneur. See, being an entrepreneur doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to make money at the end of the day. It certainly helps, right? You've got to pay the bills, you've got to keep the lights on, you've got to pay people, right? But there are people out there that just are not satisfied with the way things are. You know? I mean, if we can have an after-school program to help kids improve their grades, and I can maybe offer you a little motivation, right, to help you do that program, I might be an entrepreneur. I might not get paid for it, but I'm doing a good service, right? Here's a great story. There was an earthquake. There were all these kids running out without good water. Somebody decided, well, I'm going to create a filter. You know how you have a filter on your sink? It filters the water. Well, somebody created a portable filter. Now, all these kids in poor countries can go get dirty water, put it in that filter. It becomes clean water. And that's saving a lot of lives, right? A lot of kids are not getting sick with diarrhea and stuff like that. Well, they are an entrepreneur, they're a social entrepreneur, they're helping people. And they might not necessarily get paid today, but they might. So that's one form. The next one is the serial. The next one is the serial entrepreneur. That's probably somebody like you. They just are not satisfied with one business. They're going to start one business, move on to another, start another one. I mean, they're always on to something, right? They're a serial entrepreneur. I think you mentioned Donald Trump, right? I think he's probably one of such people. I mean, he's got real estate businesses, right? He builds houses. He's got a TV show. Last time I checked, he was trying to run for something, right? Yeah. I mean, there's always something that has got him moving. They're not satisfied. And it's okay to be a serial entrepreneur, but what you've got to realize with serial entrepreneurs is sometimes they fail, sometimes they succeed, right? But the point is, it doesn't matter. As long as you've got passion and you can continue to do what you're doing, that's okay. But you gotta understand, the more things you start, the likelihood of you missing some of them and getting some of them right. The last piece is the lifestyle entrepreneur. This is probably the most common one that most of us see. These are lawyers, doctors, folks, small business owners. They start a business because they want to pass it on to their kids. They want to keep some money in there to sustain their lifestyle, right? How many, just tell me by show of hands, which of your parents are entrepreneurs? They have their own businesses. What do they do?
My father does like pre-work.
Okay, well, I can talk to you. Yeah, that's great. So he's responsible for essentially going out, getting the business, going and cutting the trees, cleaning everything out, getting paid, paying his people, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the lifestyle, and it helps him keep the lifestyle that he wants. And hopefully, someday he might pass it on to you if you're interested, right? I don't know if you are or not, but that's the idea. I'm sure he's going to talk to you about that. Any other examples? Yes, please. Yeah, absolutely.
My granddad Bill, he got his own plumbing service, and my granddad Captain owns my house.
Bingo, plumbing services. Personal business, he goes out there, helps people, he gets paid. It's his own business, right? Maybe someday he wants you to work in it. No. I understand. So those are lifestyle businesses.